Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Marie here from Just Live Your Thoughts. In today's video guys, I'm finally going to be filming our Q&A. This video is actually long overdue because I requested your questions starting way back in June. It's just that I didn't have the time to film it, and also I didn't have the energy, I guess, because my first trimester was not fun at all. But don't worry guys, all the people who have sent in your questions in June on my Instagram and also through YouTube community, I will also include in this video. Before we get started though, if you're new to my channel and also if you want to keep up with me, my vlogs, and maybe even send in your questions the next time I film another Q&A video, please know that I request for your questions through my Instagram, this is my Instagram name, and also through our YouTube community. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell just so that you're notified once I upload another vlog or video. Now guys, before we dive into the questions, I just want to thank you guys as always. Thank you for sending in your questions whenever I request for them. I think that Q&As are a really great way for you guys to get to know me better and, you know, not just rely on the videos or vlogs that I put out. So guys, let's get right into it. I'm gonna start off first with our Instagram questions and then our YouTube questions. I hope you guys enjoy. First question is from Maureen Manzano. What languages will your kid be learning? So excited and happy for you. Thank you so much for your sending your question, Maureen. And that's actually a really good question because as you guys know, Marco's Italian, I'm a Filipina. So I guess Tagalog or Filipino, Italian, of course, because we're living in Italy. And I guess our baby's major language will be English because we both speak in English. So yes, 3 languages, pretty smart kid, right? Filipino, Tagalog, English, and Italian. Our second question is from definitely not Melissa, I'm guessing, because it's kind of cut. But her question is, what program by Chloe Ting do you like or are you planning to try? Well, this is actually a tricky question because I can't do Chloe Ting workout as of the moment. But if I weren't pregnant or if I wasn't pregnant, I would probably be trying anything that has the word shred in it, just because the 2-week shred really worked on me, and I think that the 2-week shred gave me really great results. So if I wasn't pregnant, I would do anything that has the word shred in it. From Aces Unfolding, and she says, just want to congratulate you both. May God bless you more in this new chapter of your life. XOXOXO. Thank you so much, Aces Unfolding, for your beautiful greeting. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Our next real question is from Ina Estrella. I really love her name. I see her sometimes commenting on my Instagram, and whenever I see her name, I just love it. Ina Estrella. How many countries have you visited? So if we're talking about visited, as in like just for a visit and not actually live there, I guess it would only be one, which would be London or the UK. Excuse me, stop honking your horn. But all the other places I have lived in. So let's say Italy, Papua New Guinea, and yeah, that's it. And of course, the Philippines. I'm gonna move on to our next question from Lay Mutia 27. And her question is, how is your pregnancy during this pandemic? In terms of my pregnancy is okay. But if we're talking about in relation to the pandemic, it can get a little frustrating, especially if we want to go out. We have to be, extra careful, because if we contracted the virus or if we were to get infected with the virus, it would not only be me nor Marco who would be infected, but of course, our baby would also be affected by it. So I guess we're really careful. We're extra careful actually. We only go out when we need to go out. Let's say for grocery, or we just want to go out for dinner, and we don't usually go out for dinner. And when we do, we are extra careful. For example, we go out to have dinner like really early, like maybe around 6:45, just to make sure that there's no one else around. We have to play smart, especially during this time. And another thing that really frustrates us is, of course, sometimes we want to travel, especially since I'm on my second trimester and I'm feeling a lot better than my first trimester. If there wasn't any pandemic, I'm pretty sure that we would be traveling, let's say even just to Rome or to Naples or to Turin up north. It can get really frustrating because, you know, we're kind of stuck here. And I mean, we can travel if we wanted to, but we choose not to because, you know, we just have to be really, really careful. Alright, so our next question is from Flora_May. Ilang taon ka na po sa Italy, or how long have you been living in Italy? So we have been here, me and Marco have been here in Italy since 2018. We've been here for 2 years and almost 6 months by December. So we came here in June of 2018. And I think that's actually it for our Instagram questions, and let's move on to our YouTube questions. Our first question from Chanda Green is, you're recently pregnant. Congratulations. Don't worry, they can't see you. You're recently pregnant. Congratulations. Thank you. How many kids do you and Marco want in the future, and have you already had their names? Babe,
What?
how many kids do we want in the future?
Well, I don't know. Let's start with this one.
And let's see how it goes. Let's kind of just go with the flow. But yeah, since I am 32, Marco is, yeah, you guys can guess how old. He says he's 25. We are getting older and, you know, one for now. One for now. Let's see how this one goes. She says, have you already had their names in mind? Yes. Even before we got pregnant, we already had names in our mind. You know, we were just, I guess, really, really excited. And we didn't know exactly what name. We didn't really come up with, oh, we want this name. We went through the ABCs and thought of every name we could. And then we just kind of went with the name that we want. That you guys will, you know, soon find out. In the end, we chose an Italian name because, you know, we kind of adjusted with Marco's family. So yes, we already have a name in mind. Alright guys, next question is from Bikash Sharma. Do you watch Test cricket? I'm actually not sure what Test cricket is. Is it cricket? Like, is it the sport cricket? Because, no, I don't watch Test cricket, to answer your question. And he also says, please do visit Shillong, a city in the country of India, after pandemic, obviously. Oh, babe, someone invited us to India.
Oh, wow.
I wish we could go during this time, or maybe even after the pandemic, but you know, when the pandemic ends, we'll probably have our baby already, obviously. But it would be great if the pandemic ends like in a few months, like maybe next month or something. You know, we are kind of limited with our travels, so thanks for the invite though. Our next question is from Miss Laureen. Will you teach your child to learn and speak Tagalog fluently? Hashtag Team Pink. Thank you for sending your question. I've already answered this one from one of our Instagram question. And yes, actually, yeah, I guess, yeah, we will be, well, not we, but me. I will be speaking to our kid or to our baby in Tagalog, but we will mainly focus on speaking to our baby. I can't say any like him or her. We will definitely be speaking to our baby in English more. That would be the main language. But you know, a bit of Tagalog wouldn't be bad, obviously, because I'm Filipino. I guess we will see. Alright guys, I'm going to move on to our next question from Grace Rasmussen. And she says, what made you want to work out more? That's actually a really, really good question. If we were to go back to, what, 5 months ago? Yeah, 5 months ago when I was still working out and doing Chloe Ting challenges. The reason, I guess, why I started working out was I was very unhappy with how I looked. I wasn't like extremely, you know, big, but I wasn't, you know, myself either. I kind of decided, yeah, I have to do something, because I was also looking at some of my pictures back then when me and Marco were still in the Philippines. Even if, like, let's say for example, we were young, so obviously we were a little, skinnier and all that, but I felt that we really gained a lot of weight ever since we moved to Italy. I guess that's what motivated me, just looking at my pictures. And it's a really good thing that you have these pictures to always look back to. And another thing is, I also looked at other people's results, and then when I started seeing results, it pushed me even harder. It motivated me even more. And then I got pregnant, so I had to stop. Okay, our next question is from Bikash Sharma again. Thank you for sending in your question. Because Bikash has two questions. Do you fight with Marco is the first question. And do I fight with Marco? Do I fight with you, babe?
Not really.
No, we don't really fight. Well, we have disagreements, but not like fight. So the answer to that would be no. And do you watch Test cricket, which was the last question, so no. Question, guys, is from Magna Su. How often do you go out together? How often do you socialize with friends and relatives? That's horrible. This question, next question, please. No, the reason why I say next question is because me and Marco are real introverts. Like, do we even have friends?
Yes, we do.
Well, Marco he has friends here because he lived here. But in terms of going out to see them, no. I guess we only go out to see them when there's an occasion, let's say Christmas time or New Year's, when everyone goes out to party at the streets. But in terms of really socializing, we're really, really introverts. Like, I don't know anyone who's more introvert than us. Yeah. No. We are kind of like homebodies, so we like to stay at home. We just feel better at home. Relatives. So relatives, in terms of relatives, obviously we meet up with the relatives. And, relatives and friends is a totally different thing. But our next question is from Chanda Green. From your point of view, what are the differences between the south and north of Italy? To be honest, that's really hard to say. Well, it's not really hard to say. I guess I just can't explain it. And I don't know if I should answer this because I never really lived up north. But the times that we went up north, let's say to Milan, to Turin, those are the only places we went to that I would consider north. I think the main thing that I really realized or that I noticed would be how cleaner, I guess, the north is, and how, I don't know. Can't say Marco's here. He's gonna react. Just how people are, I guess. That's how people are different. And it's the same in the Philippines. Those would be the big differences for me. All the other things would be just, the small things that we notice. Question is from EJ's Diary. Hi! Since nasa second trimester ka na po, do you still have any morning sickness, the sensitive smell and nausea? And do you have any specific cravings? Thank you. So yes, I'm in my second trimester, and do I still have any morning sickness? Fortunately, thank goodness, no. And if we're talking about like morning sickness, my morning sickness, or let's say morning sickness, didn't just last in the morning, it would be all day. So I felt nauseated all day, not just in the morning. So I don't know why they came up with morning sickness, because morning sickness can actually last all day, which I experienced. The sensitive smell and nausea, yes, I experienced that as well on my first trimester, no longer in my second. And do you have any specific cravings? Thank you. In terms of specific cravings, I think that the only thing I would be craving would be Filipino dishes. And I think it's not really a craving. I think the only reason why I crave it is because I can't get a hold of it here. Those are the only things. But in terms of like a specific thing, let's say, oh, I want a cotton candy right now, like I need to have it, or I want like a pineapple on pizza. All the Italians would be so pissed off. In terms of specific cravings, no, I don't have any. Okay guys, our next question is from Bailey May Libradilla Cow. You're so beautiful out there. Thank you. What is the gender of your baby? Oh, that's actually a good question, but I can't answer that as of now because we haven't really done a gender reveal, kuno. Yeah, we already know the gender of our baby, but we haven't had the time to actually film the video. I'm just waiting for Marco's free time, but definitely can't say. I can't even promise when we'll tell you guys, but definitely before I turn 6 months. But yeah, hopefully soon we can film the video, guys. Hopefully soon, because I'm really excited to tell you the gender of our baby as well. But you can take a guess what our baby is. Alright, our next question is from Christina's vlog. And her question is, I know di mo masasagutin to kasi surprise, hehe, char. Excited lang ako malaman ang gender ni baby. Thank you, Christina. And ito pala, how is your skincare routine now that you're pregnant? Nabago ba? It's actually a really good question because, as you guys know, I kind of had a skincare routine where I would use chemicals, not chemicals, but like things on my face that I probably cannot use anymore. But if we're going to talk about what are the things or what are the products that I use now, it's actually changed. My routine has changed. To be honest, I only use one product, which is the Garnier Micellar Water that I use just to cleanse my face. I do this at nighttime and also in the morning, and that's it. I just kind of, clean my face or cleanse my face in the morning. And then of course, I still use the Olay 3-Zone Day Cream that I was using before. And I did research that, I think it's safe. Of course, I still need to moisturize my face because of, it can get dry. But all the other things I was using, let's say for example, this toner here, I was using this before, the Fruitio one, and I'm not sure if I can still use it. I tried researching about it, but I couldn't find any direct answer if I could. So yeah, this is the only thing I use in terms of a routine. I guess you can't really call it a routine because it's just one thing. Our next question is from Sheila Julianne. Any plan of going on vacation sa PH or the Philippines ate? To be honest, if there wasn't any pandemic, it's all because of this pandemic, guys. If there wasn't any pandemic, I would say that we would go to the Philippines this year, although we already went last year, but we still want to go. But the pandemic has really ruined our plans. We had plans of traveling. Sorry, I'm whispering because Mark was working over there. Philippines, probably we will be back next year, hopefully next year. We really miss the Philippines. We really like the Philippines because it's a very, very relaxing place. Let's face it, Philippines is very simple and it's very relaxing. Hopefully by next year, guys, fingers crossed. Let's just pray that this pandemic ends very, very soon. Let's move on to our next question, guys, from Christine Joy Claudio or Claudio. New subscriber here. Thank you so much for subscribing. So her question is, pasample naman po ng Italian language dyan. Ciao! And ask ko lang po, hindi po ba kayo naboboard dyan sa Italy? Lalo na dalawa lang kayo sa house niyo. God bless po. Thank you so much for your question. Some people are, wondering. And, not only you guys are wondering. I mean, also Marco's family sometimes wonder why, we like to stay at home. Because Italians, what I notice is that Italians, they really like to go out. They like to go out and socialize with people because they like to talk. I don't know why Marco is different, and I'm really thankful that he's different because I'm also an introvert myself. And I only found this out later on because, in the Philippines, I had friends, I was going out with friends. But ever since, I don't know, I guess when my 30s hit, kind of changed. I just turned into a big introvert. Sorry if I went the other way instead of answering your question directly, but if I were to answer your question, no, we don't get bored at home because we're introverts. And I think that when you're an introvert, you really don't get bored at home. There are things that we do, like let's say we work, we edit videos, we come up with the content. I cook, I clean. So it's not because we're just at home, we don't do anything. Me and Marco aren't always together at the house anyways because most of the time he's in his studio and most of the time we're working. So it doesn't mean that, we always, alam mo yun, hindi kami nagbubungguan all the freaking time. So very similar. We're similar in many ways, but we're also opposite in many ways. So I think, I guess we just really balance each other out in many ways as well. But yeah, we don't get bored. We really don't. Okay guys, so I'm in the bathroom, so I never really filmed here, so this is kind of weird, but When you gotta go, you gotta go. Our next question is from Sexy Jonah. Oh, Sexy Jonah. Her question is, paano mo malalaman na mahal ka talaga ng Italian boyfriend mo? Kasi in my case, he's so very jealous because of his past. What would I do? Lahat naman ginawa ko, pero di talaga niya makalimutan yung ginawa sa kanya ng ex niya. Thank you for sending in your question. I feel like I'm turning to a love guru here. Feel that your boyfriend is in a traumatic stage. Ano siya? Feeling ko na trauma siya sa ex niya. We can't blame him. Hindi natin siya mabiblame if he feels this way. Let me just go back. Italians are very jealous people. I must admit to that. Michael is a jealous guy as well. I feel that the jealousy was more sa start ng relationship namin. Alam mo yan, nakilala namin ang isa't isa. To answer your question, yes, Italians are very jealous people. In your case, because of his past, the only thing you can do is ano bang kaya mong gawin or ano bang pwede mong gawin para makampante siya that you wouldn't do the same thing na yun, alam mo yung ginawa ng GF niya or ex-GF niya, sorry. You really have to talk to him kasi I can't provide a straight answer to that. Ikaw lang makakasagot niyan because you know your boyfriend, like you know how he acts to things and you know how he is. Medyo nakaka-frustrate yan, no? Because I'm just imagining if Marco was like that, I think the only thing I would do is talk to him na, you know, I'm a different person, hindi ako yung ex-girlfriend mo. That's something you can't accept, then goodbye. Charot na. You know, you have to make him realize na magkaiba kayo. If it was me, just talk to him. Communication is always the key. Yun lang. Alright guys, next question is from Camila Capondag. Her question is, marunong ka na po bang mag-Italian? Next question please. Hindi girl. No, hindi pa ako marunong and hindi siya nakakatuwang isipin kasi di ba 2 taon na ako dito, I've been here for 2 years, wala eh, walang pumapasok sa isip ko and I feel that I'm gonna start learning Italian really well when our kid is born and you know, of course, obviously he's gonna learn Italian as well, so I'm probably gonna learn through our baby. So yun, no. Question guys is from Miss Lorraine. My question is, what's the thing that you guys always argue about? So this is kind of like related to one of our question a while ago. If there was something specific that we argue about, because me and Marco don't really argue, like we have disagreements, but in terms of arguments, we can't count the times that we argue. Maybe just small things, like let's say he doesn't like something that I do at home, or maybe because I'm a lazy ass and I don't do something, or just the small things. I don't clean out the fridge and then he finds out about it. So those are the only things that we really, I can't even say we argue about because we don't argue about it, disagree about. Ayun lang, disagreements. I think the last time we really argued about something would be back in the Philippines, but that was a time when we were getting to know each other. When we moved here to Italy, we never really had a big argument or even an argument or a big fight. And when you guys hear that, you know, we're introverts, we don't argue, we sound like really boring people, right? I don't know, it just works for us. It just really works for us. And another thing is, pag meron kami disagreement, when we have disagreements, we talk about it right away. And that's something that I learned from Marco, and it's still something that, you know, sometimes we don't do. Pero si Marco kasi is a type na gusto niyang pag-usapan agad. He wants to talk about it right away. Pero alam mo yun, wala tayong nababaon na masamang loob, parang ganun, or so that we don't hold a grudge against him or him against me. Communication, like I said, is the key. So, ayun, that's why I guess we're good. And our last question for today, or for this Q&A, is from Sheila Julian. May name na kayo na ibibigay kay baby? Or do we have a name already for our baby? And yes, I answered this with the other question, and the answer would be yes, we already have the name for our baby, which you guys will also find out very soon. But of course, gender first, right? So yes, we already have the name for a little baby. And that ends our Q&A for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to click that like button so that it reaches other people. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and also that notification bell just so that you're notified once I upload another video. It's been a great video once again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too.